This week opens softly and closes with intensity. Astrologically, we are moving through a sequence that asks for both openness and restraint, devotion and discernment. And Parashat Tetzaveh gives us the spiritual language to hold that balance. This is not a week to push forward blindly. It's a week to tend what is already burning. To protect the light, especially when the energy around us becomes volatile. On February 22nd, Venus in Pisces forms a trine to Jupiter in Cancer. This is one of the most emotionally generous transits of the month. Venus speaks to love, value, connection, and what we cherish. Jupiter expands whatever it touches. In water signs, this isn't excess, it's nourishment. You might feel more emotionally open, more forgiving, more drawn to family, memory, or spiritual connection. A desire to slow down and appreciate what's already here. This transit doesn't demand action, it invites receiving. And that's important because what comes later in this week requires steadiness. This is the kind of grace that doesn't announce itself. It's quiet, it's supportive, it softens the heart so we don't harden when pressure arrives. If there is one thing to prioritize early this week, it will be warmth towards yourself, towards others, towards the moment you're in. This brings us to Parashat Tetzaveh. Tetzaveh doesn't focus on building the Mishkan. That already happened. Instead, it focuses on maintenance. The menorah must be tended every single day. Oil replenished, wicks adjusted, the flame protected from going out. The Torah is teaching something very subtle here. Sacred presence isn't sustained through inspiration alone. It's sustained through attention. Light doesn't stay lit because it was ignited once. It stays lit because someone returns to it daily. This is devotion without drama, care without urgency, responsibility without force. Venus trines Jupiter gives us the warmth. Tetzaveh teaches us how to protect it. This teaching matters because the second half of the week carries a different tone. Without grounding, it's easy to become reactive. Without warmth, it's easy to harden. Without intention, it's easy to misdirect energy. Tetzaveh prepares us not by warning us, but by teaching steadiness before disruption arrives. From February 26th to the 28th, the energy shifts sharply. Mercury turns retrograde. Mars squares Uranus. This combination can feel edgy. Mars-Uranus is volatile. It reacts quickly. It wants resolution now. Mercury retrograde asks the opposite. Slow down, revisit, reflect. This is not a week to rush decisions, confront impulsively, assume clarity where there isn't any. It's a week to pause before responding, ground the body. Notice where nervous energy wants an outlet. Mars-Uranus explodes when it's not contained. Tetzaveh teaches containment. The flame doesn't go out, but it also doesn't burn widely. On February the 28th, Mercury conjuncts Venus in Pisces. This is a moment of emotional honesty, but only if we speak gently. Conversations can heal this week, but only when they come from the heart, not from urgency. If something needs to be said, say it slowly, say it kindly, Say it without needing immediate resolution. This is not the time to force clarity. It's the time to allow understanding to unfold. This week teaches us something essential. Grace must be tended. Clarity must be protected. Light must be maintained, especially when energy destabilizes. Tetzaveh doesn't ask us to shine brighter. It asks us to stay present, to return to what matters, to tend what's already alive, to protect the flame through consistency, not intensity. This is the deeper devotion, and that is what turning of times we're talking through now. If this episode resonates, you're welcome to like, subscribe, and share. And join me next week for another Turning of Times, where astrology and Torah meet to guide conscious evolution.